Welcome everyone. Happy Friday. So today we're on our student success topics and family-friendly topics. We're going to be talking with the Student Support Services Program on these new spaces at EPCC. I'm really excited about it. And we have two wonderful presenters from the Student Support Services Program, Ms. Crystal Martinez and Marcela Sanchez. Let me go ahead and I'll get that PowerPoint up for you guys. Give me just a moment. SSSP, share now. Family-friendly spaces. So without further ado, here's SSSP. Crystal, Marcela? Okay, ready?
Yes. I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, perfect. So welcome everybody. Welcome for those of you who came and supported us today. But I wanted to first off start off by introducing who's here today to present. First off, my colleague here, Marcela Sanchez. She's one of the student assistants for the Student Support Services Program. And then myself, Crystal Martinez, and I'm an advisor for the Student Support Services Program. I'm located at the Misión del Paso campus, and then Marcela, she's located at the Valle Verde campus. So today we're here to talk about how SSSP is actually continuing to create a family-friendly space, but also how we came together with the Family-Friendly Campus Committee to continue on an initiative, and I'll explain a little bit more about that initiative as far as how EPCC is moving towards creating a more family-friendly campus and having family-friendly spaces. You know, SSSP will be piloting, you know, getting the ball rolling on these family-friendly spaces, and so we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay, with the presentation. So, you know, when we were creating our presentation, we did talk about how some of our student parents expressed to us, or even us just noticing within our parents, some of the challenges that they have, and specifically because they're student parents. And so these are some of the challenges that we recognize, and even some of our student parents identified for us is one is of course the time management. You know, being at school, of course there's other responsibilities. Being a student parent, of course, their families, some students might work, so that can be a challenge for some students. Another challenge is having extended hours for services. I know many of the departments at the college, especially in person, have that 8 to 5 schedule, and so having extended hours for certain things would be helpful. And we'll explain some of the services that are already having extended hours. We'll explain a little bit more as we go through the presentation. Another challenge is having resources for students and their families, right? So again, we'll address that as well, as far as how family friendly is helping students in that way. And then there are challenges of taking care of themselves, you know, having their self-care routine. Maybe they don't have one, or maybe it's been not what it should be or what it used to be for some of our students, and so that's been a challenge for them, as well as having technical support. You know, since COVID, I mean, a lot of classes have gone into virtual and turning in homework and assignments on you know, virtual platforms, and so having that tech support would be helpful for some of our students, as well as even having some study space at home. Sometimes that's a difficulty for some students. That's been a challenge, and financial challenges as well. Okay, so these are some, like I said, some of the challenges that we've identified that some of our students have mentioned. Next slide. Okay, next slide is just some, for those of you who are or might be students in the. I'm sorry. Do you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Crystal.
Okay. Okay. Is that better?
There's a bit of a whistling noise.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Is that good? I'm hoping that's okay. So I'll continue. I'm hoping
It's
this
the
sounds
same.
all right. I, I try my best. The thing is in my office, there's students. And anyways, let's just keep going. So giving you some tips for those of you who are in the audience and might be student parents, okay? We wanted to provide you all with some tips. So first off, creating your study space for you and for if you know, you have your children with you there, trying to make a space. Could be maybe the dining room area, right? But the thing is having that setting that time with your children if they're going to school, right? That they have that study time and you all can have that space maybe in the dining room area or wherever you have a nice good space where all of you can maybe study at the same time. That would be helpful. Ditching expectations. Okay, if things happen, right? And so ditching those expectations as far as some things you might not be able to do, right? But then trying to find the time and the space and the area where you can study will be helpful. And definitely we can help with that as well. Giving yourself a break. It's always good to, if you're studying for an hour, to give yourself at least a 15-20 minute break in between. It's good to distract your mind and go back to study time. It's important for that. Get away from the computer, maybe uh, go outside. I know that's the last tip there, but going outside is definitely helpful. Rethinking screen time rules. Um, I mean, and it, of course, this depends on the family and the parent, of course, but utilizing those type of technologies, the tablets, the phones, I know that that's helpful to use with your children. I do that, or I think they're utilizing that, and it's helpful because it helps me study when I'm having to study for classes. But something to think about, and incorporating fun activities for your kids who are not in school. I know that's something extra to do, but that way, if you have that fun activity going for that child in the home, you know, you're able to have that study time. Okay. Um, so we'll go ahead and continue. Marcy's next.
Yes, good afternoon. I will go over on what we can help you in the SSSP program. In this program, we offer tutoring in almost all EPCC courses. If you're taking a class and we don't have a tutor, we can help you find a tutor for that specific class that you are taking. The help you need. We also help with advising. We have 4 student advisors that can help you, one on each campus. We also offer study skills in time management. We help you organize your time and create a schedule. Textbook skills. We help you understand your textbook so you don't have to read the material more than once. We also have a study skills on note taking. We introduce the Cornell system to the students so they can take better notes. On that test taking, we go over on providing techniques for preparing and taking exams. On that test taking workshop, on that test anxiety workshop, we provide students relaxation methods when taking exams. Math anxiety, we provide techniques used in reducing math anxiety. We also have a writing skills workshop that provide the student with writing. Offer is that we can help you in assisting you when it's time to renew your FAFSA application, your student aid. We also help students with course registration every semester. Before the pandemic, we did campus tours to UTEP. We take our participants to the university. The students talk to an advisor and get answers to any questions they might have. At the moment, we don't know if we're going to continue doing these tours because we just returned 100% and we don't know how the university is complying with these campus tours. But our student advisors can help you with a transfer process to any university you decide to transfer. The program also helps you with preparation to take the TEAS and TSI. We have study guides that we provide to the participants to prepare them to take those exams to rank or to place our above developmental courses. There is a lot more that we can do for you if you decide to join the program. The services are completely free for students who qualify and are enrolled in EPCC. Later in the presentation, I will review the qualification criteria for this program. Next slide, please. This is our office locations. We have this program in the Misión del Paso campus in room A135, the Rio Grande campus, room A122, the Trans Mountain campus, they are located inside the library in room LRC 1606, and the Valle Verde campus in room A1401. I'm going to go over the online services that we provide. SSSP operates in person Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and on from 10 to 2. EPCC also has another online tutoring program. This is the link to access the room to receive services. They are open Monday through Sunday from 9 to 11. Since we are 100% back in person, these tutoring hours might change based on the tutor availability, but for now, this is the hour of operation, Monday through Sunday from 9 to 11. They also have a tutor finder available. This is the link. In there, you just need to select the class that you need help with, and it will provide you with all the tutors who can help you and their schedule. Also, if the tutor is working in person or they are online. If the tutor is working in person and they don't have a tutor, they can help you online as well. Also, you can find those links under the EPCC website. You click on services under the instructional services and then click on the academic tutoring and student success, and you will be able to find the links in there to access the online room for tutoring. Now, this is our SSSP link. Let me show you our link.
1 minute, I'm going to
Can you
share.
access the link? Yeah.
Yes, let me share my screen. 1 second. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes. Thank you, Crystal. Okay. The web. Okay. By clicking on the Get Connect, it will take you to our virtual office. In this office, you will be able to find tutors and advisors. All you need to do is type your name, click on Get Connected, and it will take you directly to our room. And somebody there will give you a welcome. You just need to let them know why are you there, if you need help with a class, or you need to talk to an advisor. In this website also, you can find the program application. You just need to click where it says online application. All you have to do is fill out this form. After you fill out the application, we will receive the application and we will get in contact with you. An advisor will get in contact with you to talk about your educational goals. The Student Support Support Services Program is a federally funded TRIO program by the Department of Education. To qualify, the student must be a low-income student, a first-generation student, meaning that neither of your parents have a bachelor's degree, or a disabled student. You just have to be one, you just have to meet one of the criteria. Either if you are a first generation student, but your income is not that low, you qualify to the program just for you to be a first generation student. If you're not a first generation, but you're a low income student, you qualify to be in the program just for being a low income student. There's different ways you can qualify into the program. Once you apply, we will go over your application and we will determine under what category you were gonna qualify in this program. As you see, you can see all the requirements. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You either need to qualify but be a low income, a first generation, or have a disability. Thank you for sharing, Crystal. On the SSSP graduates, in this slide, you can see some or SSSP graduates that were recognized their efforts by giving them a medallion and a certificate. As you can see, they're wearing a medallion and they have a certificate. I remember that they used to take their kids to our labs while they were coming to school. This is another way we support our participants here in the SSSP program.
Alrighty. Sorry, Marcy. You're good? Okay.
Alrighty, so I mean, as Marcy is mentioning, we kind of, I mean, we help with a variety of services, but of course, if we're not able to help the students, we definitely refer them out to different departments within the college that can provide them, or or help them with the needs that they're needing, right? And so here, these are some of the support services, and in particular, the support services that are have been helping student parents, it, uh, I'm sorry, student parents. And so we have the daycare. Right now, the daycare, I know it's only available at the Valle Verde campus and the Trans Mountain campus. We have that C campus grant that helps students to help them with funding for child daycare if they need it for the college. Coming soon, we will be having mental health centers. So if students are in need of personal counseling, so anything with their mental health, we'll have these resource centers coming soon. I know we're mentioned on there. We also have the Student Success Online Tutoring. I know Marcy just mentioned that to you, but that's very helpful because they have extended hours and are open 7 days a week. We also send students to the Tejano Food Pantry. And if you're a student in the audience, the Tejano Food Pantry, you would have to go through the campus life department and you can go and ask about that. Okay, there's also the Children's College. Children's College is classes that are given for children. Right now, they are given on the weekends, but I'll explain a little bit more of what the family-friendly campus committee is moving towards on that. Also, there's children and family programming. I know just this past weekend, I know at the Misión del Paso campus, there was like a movie on the lawn. So I know, so those types of events are being programmed so that the parent can bring in their children, and what better way for the child to see, right? That, even if it's just to come watch a movie, they're able to see the campus and start getting that college going mindset from an early age. And then we have the foundation scholarships, and then the FAFSA Pell Grants that are helping students as well as student parents, right? So just some of the departments that we've sent students to who are student parents. Now, going into creating the family-friendly campuses, as I mentioned, EPCC is really moving towards this. The goal of the family-friendly campus is to strengthen support for parents and boost overall completion rates. The FFFC vision is for parents to be supported in areas that include academic, mental health, well-being, and economically to reach completion and transferability. So, what the FFC believes is that students do not walk through their college journey alone. As we were going through this PowerPoint presentation, there are a variety of services provided. The thing is getting the word out, right? The word out, and so students are aware of what there is, what the college can help with, and so that's what the family-friendly campus spaces, what they're leaning towards, and specifically helping those students who are parents. And so this is a timeline of what's going to be happening with the family-friendly campus initiative. Okay, as of right now, what's going on as of effective January 2022 is keeping those extended hours in some of the departments. As we mentioned right now, the ones who have the extended hours and has been very helpful is the tutoring centers, the online tutoring that are open Monday through Sunday from 9 to 11. That's been helpful to students. We have a few extended hours for SSSP. For our virtual, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then we have those Saturday hours from 10 to 3. And within all of those hours, students are able to get tutoring and or advising. Okay, so those have been super helpful for students and student parents. Having the virtual departments to have their virtual offices has been super helpful for students. And then organizing like those 2Gen programming events, as I mentioned, like the movie on the lawn, things like that, that our EPCC is creating for students. Okay, now what's coming, okay, short term, hopefully sometime in this fall semester. I know campuses have already, if I'm not mistaken, almost designated their lactation spaces for students, and then the family-friendly spaces as well at each campus. They should be opening up soon. I can't say a room number yet, but they are. I know they've been designated, but to be announced. Okay, so look out for that so that wherever you're at, you can go visit the resource center or the lactation room if needed, and you can utilize those spaces. Okay, now resources, we have accessible spaces already allotted. The lactation rooms, we are having task force or family-friendly task force committees at each campus that have already been created and are already meeting so that they can start getting furniture and getting supplies to make these spaces comfortable. We also have for the lactation spaces and for the student resource guides, getting those spaces comfortable with the supplies and furniture. Now, long term, what the FFC is moving towards is adopting college policies that support family-friendly campus culture. Okay, so it might be hopefully, for student parents who are having to, have maybe some family emergencies come up, having that conversation with faculty members on how they're going to address that with student parents. Okay, so something to look forward to. Also, what we're looking to do, or the Family Friendly Campus Committee is looking to do, is offer more night classes and weekend classes. Okay, and that also align, as I mentioned earlier, that Children's College, because right now Children's College, they're only giving the classes during the weekend, but also trying to have them align with the class schedule with their parents. So that's the goal. Hopefully we can do that. So something to look forward to. And then having more on-campus child care. Like I mentioned, there's right now the child care is available at the Vaiveta campus and Trans Mountain campus. Hopefully, eventually in the future, we can get the other campuses to have that as well. Okay, so the resources for that needed is to review those policies and to make that coincide with the family-friendly campus. Okay. Now, here we have some ideal spaces. Like I said, well, they're not set yet, quite yet, like they're not set up quite yet. But this is ideally what we're looking towards, having these types of lactation spaces, comfortable chair, hopefully have some, obviously the connection, for the pumps if the mother needs it, and just have some cleaning supplies there. And then the family friendly resource center, having this space where, of course, the parent can come in and bring in their child, and then be able to study, right? Not necessarily need the child care, but at least have their child there where they're trying to study. So this is somewhat what we're looking for, having some supplies, we've talked about having like coloring books for the children who go into these spaces, maybe hopefully later some tablets or something, just so that they have something to do while their parent is trying to study for classes. So some ideal spaces here, okay? Now, as I mentioned earlier as well, SSSP has partnered up with the Family Friendly Campus Committee to get this initiative going, okay? And so right now, if you are a student parent and you're needing or you're needing some sort of resources or anything like that, you can visit our SSSP website. You can visit us in our labs, of course, or you can visit us online, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen one more time so that, because we also have a family-friendly student parent resource guide that we'll share with you. So give me 1 second here. Okay, so this is the student parent resource guide that the Family Friendly Committee has created. So it has information on the resources that are available on campus, as well as resources that are available within the community. Depending on the need, what you need, we can definitely refer out depending what it is that you're asking for. We can send you out to these different agencies, organizations, programs. So just know that we have this available. We have this available if you go into our offices, and then you can also look at it if you go into our website. It's towards the bottom of the page. You have the student parent resource guide at the bottom. So you can always look at that list of agencies and organization programs that can help you depending on your need. Okay, so something to utilize. Thank you. All right. Now, this presentation couldn't have come at a better time. This month is Student Parent Month, so we want to, congratulate you and celebrate you because, being a student parent, it has its challenges, right? There's other priorities, other responsibilities that you need to take care of, yet you decided to take this step, right? The step to furthering your education, furthering any personal goals, professional goals, right? So we want to congratulate you and celebrate you And just know that there are resources here on campus that can help you and guide you. And just know that there's people within our campus that are going to be there for you. So with that, we are at the end of our presentation. Do any of you have any questions about anything that was mentioned?
Is there any questions for the Student Support Services Program? Or is there any questions on Tejano passports in case y'all need those codes? You haven't, oh, we do have a question. Stefana wants to know, she has an 8-year-old son. Can she take them?
Yes, so Stefana, so you can bring your child into our SSSP offices, okay? Again, there is a process for you to be part of the program, so we hope you go through the process. We can explain even more in detail, but definitely if there's a need where you need to bring your child and you need to get some tutoring within our areas, they are more than welcome. And like, again, we can, it's helpful if you, or we'll have some, for example, like the coloring books and things like that, just so that we keep the child occupied while you're trying to get your tutoring. So yes, that is definitely within the SSSP area. We can do that.
Okay, I also see a question about
Okay.
the Tejano passport. Because you came to Happy Math Hour earlier and used that code, sometimes it doesn't properly sign you out of the browser. So what will help is if you use a different browser. So if you used Google Chrome earlier, try signing in with Edge. And if you used Edge earlier, try to sign in with the Google Chrome. Let me know if it doesn't work. Is there any further questions for SSSP? If not, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Student Support Services Program advisors, Crystal Martinez and Marcela Sanchez, for presenting today. It was a lovely presentation. I'd like to thank the audience for being here and spending your Friday afternoon with us. And I'd also like to invite you to next week's session. So next week in the same room at 11 a.m., we'll be having Happy Math Hour. We'll be going over standard form of quadratic equations and graphing for Math 1314, and writing exponential equations in logarithmic form for Math 1324. And then at 1 p.m. in the same room, we'll be going over Learning Express job and career accelerator databases. And so that will be hosted by the EPCC library staff, and we hope to see you soon. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll stick around a little bit for questions. Have a wonderful day.